Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going deep, like really deep into the first Fury-Usyk fight, specifically round 9.
Ah, I had that round.
It's one we've all seen and probably have our own opinions on.
Right.
But what's interesting is we're going to be looking at it through the eyes of a boxing legend, Lennox Lewis.
Hmm.
He had some pretty strong opinions on what Fury was doing, especially on those ropes. So let's dive in, see if we can figure out, was Fury on the brink or was it calculated?
Well, to understand Lewis's point, we got to set the scene a little. I mean, Usyk, he was dominant that round.
Oh, absolutely.
Like 14 unanswered punches. Fury, he's on the ropes. Ref gives a standing 8 count. It was a 10-8 round for Usyk.
No question. It was a turning point in the fight, for sure.
Definitely impacted the outcome. And that's where Lewis comes in. He says Fury was playing the ropes, like, strategically, using them for defense and to stay upright.
But that sounds, isn't that incredibly risky?
Oh, it definitely can be. Experienced fighters, though, they can use the ropes. You know, sort of like a quick reset button, absorb the impact, buy yourself some time, reposition.
But you're really on the edge there.
Absolutely. It's a tightrope walk. One wrong move, you're trapped. You become a sitting duck.
Now, what makes this even more interesting, and this is where it gets hard to analyze, is Fury himself has admitted, he was clowning around, not fully focused in that fight.
Mm.
So how do we separate that? Was it masterful rope work, or was he genuinely hurt and kind of, holding on?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Can't just look at the fact he was on the ropes. We have to look at his footwork. He wasn't stationary. He was pivoting, shifting his weight, trying to create angles. Subtle, but suggests control, not just passive defense.
Interesting. So not just a punching bag back there. Now, I remember, and maybe you do too, a lot of commentators were saying Fury was using those ropes to tire Usyk out. Let him punch himself out. Does that hold any water?
Well, it's not unheard of. We've seen it. The most famous example, of course, Ali's rope-a-dope. It's a very specific tactic, though. Incredibly difficult to pull off, requires insane stamina, weathering a storm, which, to be fair, Fury has.
He's got that.
But it's not just taking punches. It's making your opponent miss. They expend energy. You conserve yours.
Ah, I see. So it's a much more active strategy than it might initially look.
Exactly.
Now, I think what would help us all here is I want you to, and anyone listening, go find the audio of that 14-punch sequence from round 9. It's easy to find online.
Oh, yeah.
Just listen to it. Put yourselves in that moment. Considering what we've talked about, what Lewis said, what do you hear? What do you think Fury was thinking?
Honestly, even watching it live, you'll get different interpretations from experienced commentators. It's part of what makes boxing so fascinating. The strategy, the psychology, it's all there.
So how does this all feed into the rematch? Fury has said he's ditching the clowning, focusing on power punches this time.
Smart move, in my opinion. Whether he intended to or not, Fury showed a potential weakness. Usyk knows he can push him to the ropes. If Fury wants to use the ropes again, it's got to be even more calculated. Usyk's pressure is relentless.
Yeah, no doubt. So it flips the script a bit, doesn't it? Usyk knows this now. Do you think he changes his approach in the rematch?
Oh, I'm sure his team has analyzed that first fight down to the inch. They'll be looking for any advantage. Maybe they try to cut off the ring, keep Fury away from those ropes, or do they try to bait him into the same situation, hoping for a different outcome? We'll have to wait and see.
It's a chess match, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And that's what makes this so exciting. This deep dive, I think it gives everyone a whole new way to look at the rematch.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep Lewis's analysis in mind, Fury's own words, everything we've talked about. And when you watch that rematch, ask yourself, is Fury playing everyone, or did he escape by a thread? It's up to you to decide.
It's going to be a good one.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.